I'm Nate Eaton, and here in our studio today we have Candice Cooley and Justin Rounds. You probably recognize them. They are Dylan Rounds' parents, who has been missing since Memorial Day weekend, and there's been a big break in the case just in the past few days. First of all, your reaction that James Brenner has been charged with murder in connection to your son's death.
Finally, that's our reaction. We've said it the whole time, and we have fought for it the whole time. And we've told you many a times there should be charges, there's enough evidence for charges. We've been so frustrated with that. So our reaction is finally, it's about time.
Was there any sense of surprise or shock, or was it more of good, let's get this going?
Yes,
let's get it going.
Let's get it going. We've known from the first day we were out there. We've just had to fight to get this far. So for us as a family and for Dylan, it is a huge win. This cannot be swept under the rug. This cannot go away now. It's out there, charges are filed, and we can start moving forward.
One of the things that surprised me in the probable cause document was that the prosecutor wrote that there was video of Brenner cleaning a gun as he had blood on his shirt and arms. I mean, that's pretty detailed.
Right.
And they believe that, I guess that was shot right after the crime. Do you have any further insight on that?
So we know Dylan was at the gate when he called Brenner. I think it was 6:57 or somewhere around there. So we know Dylan was at the gate to get in then. So then if you give it another 5 minutes, he's up at the shed, 7:02, 7:03.
Is this AM?
Yeah.
So after he called his grandma?
Yep. But he also called Brenner.
Called Brenner after that?
Yes, and we know he called Brenner. I mean, we know just because we know. We can't say because we weren't there, but we just know because to tell him he was coming in and needed in the gate. So the video was, I think, 7:27. And that video is from inside of Brenner's camper. It's not outside, it's in his camper.
So you're saying within 30 minutes that morning, after the call to grandma, after I've got to get the grain in the shed, that he was likely killed?
Yep, everything happened within like 32 minutes.
Any idea why?
Snap moment.
First time when I got there and the grain truck was there, Brenner was talking about how Dylan backed into his horse gate in the pen. He was a little frustrated about it. I didn't think a whole lot about it at the time, but that must have been it.
So, you're thinking that morning when he was putting in the truck, he may have hit the gate.
Or maybe, I guess. Or
Yeah.
Or Jim backed it in and was just, I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah, we don't know if Dylan's the one who actually got the truck in the shed. We know Dylan is the one who got the truck to the property. Whether or not Brenner met him right outside because he was mad that Dylan came in, or whether Dylan backed it in and then it happened, but it was still all within.
Brenner's a dumbass, so maybe he backed it into the gate.
It's wild to me that they had that video there, because I guess you don't know, and it might come out of court, how that video was recorded. Was it recording that whole time?
No. So we, like I said, we clarified that. That was one of our huge questions. Is there more video that we don't know about? And before the charges came out, we were working on a couple pleas. So we already knew the charges were coming. We knew, Brenner's pretty much told his defense attorney, I did this. There were some pleas offered that Justin and I declined. So Box Elder's prosecuting attorney, he said we needed to have every ounce of evidence in order to make a decision on a plea or not. And then we confirmed again that there's no other video. It's drove us crazy. How did that phone start recording? It has drove us crazy. Well, we got thinking about it, so I had a couple old iPhone 8s at the house that I was saving for Dylan, because I always save the old ones. Your screen can be locked, and within one swipe, you have a video recording on the old software. So I'm pretty sure when Brenner took the phone, he just hit the wrong button, just hit the wrong swipe, and had no clue it would make it start recording.
But for even the
Amazing.
The camera lens to even show that, it could have been.
It's just amazing, all of it. I can't even believe
it's
it.
It's unreal.
Like you said on one of your videos, a needle in a haystack. How?
Yeah.
So the other question that people have been asking is, all right, they've charged him with aggravated murder, but they don't have his body, Dylan's body. Are you more confident now that you might get an answer or that you might find him yourselves?
I'm more confident
We'll find him.
without Brenner. I don't think he needs a plea deal. I don't think he ever needs to get out. We're gonna find him. We're gonna go when the snow's done. We'll find him. I'm positive of it.
Yep. Well, we're not the same people we were 9 months ago when we first sat down and talked.
Not at
We
all.
were disorganized. We were terrified. We didn't have law enforcement helps. We didn't know who to turn for. We didn't know about all these elite groups. I mean, there's over 15 groups that have hundreds of people that are willing to come spend their summer in Lucin. We were out there running around just trying to
Looking
find...
for the needle in the haystack.
Looking for the needle in the haystack. Just not knowing the different technologies, the different groups. And then we were getting a lot of, backlash from Box Elder not letting people come in. Well, this summer it can't be that way. Charges are filed. They cannot tell organizations they can't come in.
Okay, so 7:27, 7:30-ish, he's cleaning the gun. The phone is found, Dylan's phone is found in the pond, which is then recovered, and they found this video. Mm-hmm. Do you think then that Dylan might be somewhere in the vicinity of the pond? Because how is James Brenner, I guess he could have taken him anywhere.
Well, but if you remember, and through our previous interviews, then the timelines match up, because then Dylan's phone, and I'd have to look back at my notes to be exact, leaves the shed property at 7:43 and goes to Dylan's farm. Then it comes back to the shed property like 30 minutes later. It stays there all day until it's thrown in the pond.
That evening.
Afternoon. Yeah, 2:51.
Afternoon.
So do you think his body's somewhere in that vicinity?
We think it was.
Yeah.
We think then, after everything happened, and there's some stuff that happened, we think he was moved.
Which is frustrating.
Very frustrating, because Brenner should have been in jail.
Brenner had warrants the day we went looking for Dylan before he was supposed to have been arrested. And he was just walking around with the police there and back and forth for numerous days. Mm-hmm. They even asked us to leave the property because we were upsetting Brenner. And this whole time he had a warrant to be arrested. What was the warrant for? Do you remember?
Felony aggravated assault.
Felony warrant. And they asked us to move off the property that we had permission from the owner to be on.
And that's when you observed him moving the garbage from the shed.
With the Box Elder Sheriff's Department there at the same time, watching the same thing while he had a felony warrant. So.
Well, and it was one of the Box Elder sheriffs that actually went up to the property and said, "What are you doing?" And he said, "Oh, spring cleaning."
Yeah, you should see the shed and his place.
Yeah, I think you sent me some photos after the fact that it was not.
No, spring cleaning.
I even hate to talk about it in the fact that we're talking about like his body. Like it just feels.
Yeah.
It just feels morbid. Like I don't know how to describe it, but how does it feel as parents to know that?
This has been going on for 9 months, so I don't want to say callous, but
no.
We've heard it a lot. We've talked a lot. I know when I heard about the video of him washing the blood off of his hands in the gun. They edit some of this stuff out, but it hit me hard. I got so I was so angry, and I wasn't supposed to tell anybody, and it was a long weekend.
Well, and so
it was a whole new thing.
Well, and the cold-heartedness to it. I think that's what really hit us. The cold-heartedness of, I just shot this kid, I'm going to go clean myself up and then figure this out. I think that was the biggest shot. We always knew Brenner did something, but I think then we found out the cold-blooded aspect, and that was...
When I heard about the video, I was probably 10 feet away from where Dylan and Brenner were working in my shop the year previous, about this time, on the tarp of the grain truck. And I had a recording of Brenner, Don Hatley, and a kid that worked for me. Dylan was gone, and I was watching the cameras through my phone, and Jim was talking, kind of jealous of Dylan and how he didn't treat his pickup good and this and that. And when he was a kid, he wouldn't have done that. And I remember telling Dylan, this Jim guy, he ain't your friend. I mean, I didn't think that he would obviously do anything like this. And Dylan just kind of laughed and said, he's just kind of a jackass. That's just how the way he is, and so it hit me hard, 10 feet away from where that conversation was, and it was a hard weekend for me.
Well, and that leads us to something else, because in the press release that Box Elder released, in the article they had written, they put in quotes, family friend. Brenner was not a family friend.
He hung around with Dylan a little bit, and Dylan helped him have a job. In fact, when was it, 2 years before that when they had the pigs?
Yeah.
Dylan had bought a bunch of pigs, and Brenner was kind of there helping him. And
This was all out at Lucin.
no, this is at my grandfather's place that we bought there by Climb.
Here in Eastern
Yeah.
Idaho,
Here in
in
Eastern
Jefferson
Idaho.
County.
Yeah, on county line.
Okay. So did he follow Dylan to Lucin?
No.
No.
Don Hately moved him over to Lucin. He was in Nevada in Montello, and there was a whole bunch of bad stuff that went on that wasn't ever documented by the police department because they don't call him. And so then he moved over to Don's like, well, I got a place over here, you can stay. And then that's when he moved over. When Dylan originally was looking at that property, when he first started working on it, he wasn't there.
Brenner was.
He was in Montello.
He was in Montello. He was not there.
But then he moved,
Yeah.
when Dylan
Just
got
kind
settled
of-
in, he moved over.
Yep.
And you guys always had a bad feeling about Brenner.
I did. I didn't, well, I just never liked the guy. Dylan was 18. I mean, I couldn't tell him, don't be around these people. I mean, I tried to tell him he wasn't his friend, but no, he was never a family friend at all. So that's, whoever put that doesn't know what they're saying.
What should happen to him if he's found guilty?
Well, right now he's facing the death penalty, and I think we'll end up pushing it the whole way.
Well, what do you want to say to the public that's been following this? And
People need to realize everybody wants to send Justin and I their condolences, their I'm sorries. We've known this for a long time. Like I said, this is a win. This is
a win.
Do not tell us you're sorry, because we've been fighting 9 months to have Brenner held accountable, and we finally got it done. That's not sad. I mean, the story and what happened is sad, but this is a win.
I appreciate everybody following us and doing this, because without all that, there's been millions of times that I've just thought I'm good with what's going to happen and how it's going to happen, and she just kept pushing it, and thank God for that. But it's because of all the people's support.
It is. Well, and that's how
and
we
I
got.
appreciate everybody.
That's how we got everything moved to the SBI. That's how everything started rolling, is when all of Dylan's followers and his newfound family started sending letters and phone calls, and just blew it up to the point that they knew they couldn't ignore it. And that's what got the momentum. So when I say this is a win for us, I mean, this is a win for everybody who helped us try to get the help that we needed. This is a win for all of us.
At the first, I never realized there could be so many bad people on the earth. And as time went on, I don't know, we both kind of got into a little depression for a little while. And as it went on, the people that were following and supporting kind of got us out of it and kind of got us going again, and it's been, so what I want to say is thank you, I guess.
Yes.
Is all I'm saying, but yeah.
Yeah, without everybody who started pushing so hard in August and September, I truly believe Box Elder would have backed off again. And knowing what they've known for as long as they've known it.
Yeah, I agree.
And still not out there trying to recover Dylan it's disgusting. They know he's out there. They know Brenner murdered him, and they've known for a long time, and still nothing.
yeah.
Very disappointing.
I'm sure you've learned a lot.
Yes. Yeah, a lot no
A lot
parent
you
ever
didn't want
wants
to learn,
know.
but
Yes.
hopefully future families that might be in
Right.
this awful circumstance can use
Yep.
what you've learned, and this is just the beginning of a whole new phase.
Yes.
As they say, the wheels of justice can go at a grinding, slow speed,
Man.
but at least you have charges.
Yeah.
Yes,
And hopefully in a few weeks, months, you have Dylan.
Yeah.
we will.
And all the other families need to realize, if you push, I mean, you can eventually get them to do what they swear to do. They swear to protect and serve. Make them do it. Yeah. Don't let them scare you. Don't let them put you in the corner. Make them do it.
I don't think it's every law enforcement.
Oh,
I
no,
think
absolutely
we got
not.
lucky to have this one.
Yeah, and no, it absolutely isn't. There's tons of cases that are solved so fast like they should be.
We worked with I worked with a little bit of Bonneville County to get Dylan's pickup processed, and they were very quick on the spot to come and help and do whatever they needed to do.
Yeah.
Gave me some words of encouragement and then some advice, and we had the Idaho State Police do some stuff with that, and they were quick and very responsive. So I mean, there's law enforcement is good in general.
Well, thank you both. I won't give my condolences because you said you don't want that, but in a way, you know,
Right,
it's
yeah.
condolences, congratulations, however you want to say it. Just know that
Yeah.
people are thinking about you and care about this, and just the beginning, or not the beginning, but
It's a new beginning.
Yeah, new beginning. That's a good way to say
It's a
it.
new beginning. It's a new phase.
Yeah. Thank you,
So-
Candice and Justin.